When I think of maps from fighting, I tend to really think of a few specific maps in general. Maybe SFOF, maybe Shooting Teapot Observatory, and sometimes even more unique maps like Doomspire. However, if there was a map that I associate the most with fighting, I feel the map I could pick is Iron Cafe. This map is probably the most chaotic map in the game right now due to its small size and big conquer point, but I always wanted to know other people's thoughts on it. While some argue it's one of the best maps in the game, Iron Cafe is rather divisive to some people. While it is great amongst casual players, Iron Cafe is a bit of a gray area when it comes to competitive. Before we really get into why this is, let's talk about this map in a more casual lens first. Now, I won't be actually analyzing these maps from a design standpoint, mainly because I think the gameplay aspect is a really big factor I want to discuss in this video, so keep that in mind. Iron Cafe as a casual map embodies what a casual map should be: fun, small, chaotic, and an overall blast to play. In my eyes, I feel like this map is kind of like a mosh pit. The catwalk area is fun to fight on and stay on, and the point below is a whole mosh pit where everyone just brawls it out with no cover in sight. While it is spacious, it's wide open and allows for chaotic ult rushes on the point being passed back and forth between each team. This back and forth nature is fairly perfect for a map like this. It keeps it fun and engaging without skipping a beat, which is very uncommon for maps in this game. And unlike others like Doomspire, some would appreciate the lack of a hazard, as I often find that casual players don't like hazards impeding the game's flow, but this could be seen as a negative. However, to make it feel much more interesting, I decided to ask some people about Iron Cafe more as a casual map of sorts. So I held a Google form for players to answer about the map as a casual map. Out of all the people, 41% of the people thought Iron Cafe was a perfect 10 out of 10 casual map, while almost 90% of the people gave Iron Cafe a 7 or more in the score. Averaging every single score, Iron Cafe as a casual map got an average score of 84.72% out of 100, which is pretty respectable. Most of the comments focus on the chaotic nature of the map and how it's fun in those aspects. Some comments also talked about how almost any fighter works on this map, which allows for anyone to have an impact on a small map like this. And honestly, that's really what I saw. There wasn't necessarily anything bad about the map said by the people, just how a chaotic map like this works incredibly well in a casual setting. This would be boring, however. I am involved with the competitive scene of this game, and I didn't want to make this video because I love Iron Cafe. I made this video to share people's opinions on this map. And on the competitive side of things, this map isn't as appreciated as you might think. This map as a competitive map is rather mixed, to say the least. Personally, I am not too against this map. I actually fairly like some aspects of it. Due to it being a rather chaotic map, it could be a huge wildcard or a true 50-50 map due to how much it could pass the point back and forth. The point being basically a huge mosh pit with no real downside to dying can make it very annoying, as last minute ult rushes could usually have little to no impact on the game due to fast rollout from spawn, which can be good and bad. And while having tons of versatility in picks is pretty unique compared to most maps, it could kinda give less value to flankers due to the penalty of death being very low compared to maps like Bowling Alley or Bandland, who base their entire design off meaningful deaths and rushes. It kinda gives weight to high HP melee fighters, which in turn raises the value of ranged characters and tank busters, which then in turn increases the popularity of dive picks to kill the ranged. It's like a rock paper scissors match, and I think that's a neat upside in all honesty. I also think the emphasis on high ground is much more interesting here. While some conquer maps have the point in a naturally advantageous spot, Iron Cafe's point is under all the high ground, which makes it more of a commitment to get on point. Could be seen as an upside or downside, but I thought that emphasized the mosh pit idea of the map once more. That being said, that makes it such a unique pick. Among the common maps of Bread Factory and Shooting Teapot Observatory, Iron Cafe stands out as a map with its own unique identity of being a 50-50 map for people, and its heavy emphasis of fighting on the point constantly gives it an edge in how fun it could be, albeit chaotic. On the topic of a competitive lens, this map, well, has a table distribution all over the place, averaging out with a lower score of 64.44%. Yeah, this map is wildly mixed over here. A lot of the comments are all over the place though. There's complaints of tanks being meta on this map. Some comments think the comps are very stagnant, while some think it has tons of versatility, limited due to the map's point-centric nature. A lot of people hate the chaotic nature of it, and some people even see the map as not a true test of skill due to its short rollouts and back and forth nature. Hell, someone even said it's a ranged hell map in disguise, which is interesting. In fact, a lot of the comments for it are truly interesting in general. I'm gonna just put some of them right here that you can read. Overall, after tallying all the numbers and votes for this map, I asked participants a simple question for casual and competitive. Are you a fan of this map? The options were yes, 50-50, and no. On the casual side of things, 88.9% of people said they were a fan, with the other 11.1% saying they were 50-50 on the map. On the competitive side, the results were much closer. 38.9% of people said they were a fan, 44.4% of people said they were 50-50 on it, and 16.7% of people said they weren't a fan of the map. So, what is the main takeaway of this experiment? Well, honestly, I don't know. Iron Cafe has shown to be a rather controversial map in the current days of competitive, and this experiment shows the overall opinion of it. Then again, this shouldn't be a video to judge your opinion on maps. You can love the worst maps possible if you want to. This is all a neat experiment to see map opinions from many players and how it could differ from everyone. People love maps, people hate maps. It's a normal response system. And that's what made this experiment fun, is to see both sides and show it off to everyone. However, this isn't the last time a map will be talked about here. We aren't done here yet.